Hey guys, welcome to the Anxiety Project podcast number 5. I am Brad Robinson, and today I'm excited to be here with you guys. If you're suffering from health anxiety, and just emotionally confused about life and stressed out all the time, then this is the podcast for you. And I promise that it'll benefit you in every way possible. Let's get you guys to a better state in your lives. Let's get out of that worry-filled zone you're in and the negative energy that you're giving out to the world, and let's make it positive. All right, guys. So how do you get rid of your health anxiety and anxiety? It is a long process that I had to endure, but I have to keep up with it every day. It's not like, you're over anxiety now, and that's it. No, of course not. You have to maintain your mental state every day. Every day you don't, dust will start filling up on your brain and inside you. Every day, a little bit more dust, a little bit more dust, a little bit more dust, and then boom, you're having a panic attack and your anxiety is back. Well, that's because you're not maintaining the healthy and mental lifestyle you should be. Now, how do you maintain a healthy and clear-minded lifestyle? Well, lots of things. I have gotten to the point where I am meditating every morning. I don't miss a day. Like, meditation is one of the key factors in my life. I do it for about 10, sometimes 15 minutes. That's all I really need. It depends on how much you really need. I know when I started my recovery, I was doing half an hour. I felt like my body needed it. It needed like that long length of time, but 10-15 minutes is perfect for me. And then I do some stretching on the ground. I kind of move. I don't really have any specific yoga poses, like people who say people have to YouTube videos on how to do yoga. No, you don't need to do that. All you need to do is just get on the ground, stretch it out, all your body parts, stretch, and move and feel good, and get the blood flowing, and then start breathing and deep breaths and hold some poses, and then that's all you need to do. It's not complicated. People make it complicated. It's not complicated at all. You just need some time in the morning to kind of release all the tension. You to start your day with purpose and so forth. And throughout the day, I can easily pinpoint why I am feeling certain ways throughout the day. Like, I'm not going to have 100% great days. That doesn't happen. But what happens is that I know when I'm overstressed. I know when I am overworked. I know that the triggers of my stresses, and I know how to deal with them quickly. So 20% of my day can be negative thinking, but the rest, the 80%, will be great. I know how to deal with the negative thinking now because I've become so good at it. So to deal with that negative thinking, in my recovery, I associated that voice with a cartoon character, Daffy Duck, which I've gotten from the anxiety guy, the mentor I looked up to. And he mentioned that the Daffy Duck character would quack and would deliver all this negative stuff to me, and I don't have to deal with it. I reject that information. I reject that, and it will go away. That's my conscious mind being active. I reject that information, and so forth. And because when a negative thought comes up and it stays there, you have the opportunity to react to it or not. So, for instance, if you give it attention for more than 17 seconds, you are going to end up thinking about it for a long period of time after that. If you, before the 17 seconds, you have the opportunity to reject that thought, and it'll go away. And it will go away. But at first, when I went through my recovery, I had a hard time with that. A lot of negative stuff kept popping up because my body didn't want the change. This is key. I had anxiety since I was a kid, and my body didn't want the change. It didn't want it. It kept throwing negative stuff at me. It kept testing me because I was changing my lifestyle. I was changing my friends. I was changing my habits. But my body didn't want it. It wanted to stay familiar because that's what our body wants. It wants something familiar. For instance, if you're in a better place in your life and you've recovered from anxiety and you live peacefully, your body will then want that peaceful feeling because it wants familiarity. It wants that. It wants consistency, right? So if more peace is in your life and more happiness, then that consistency will kind of snowball and it will stay that way. But if you're giving all that emotion, if you're reacting to all that emotion in a negative way and you're judging people and you're kind of secluding yourself and you don't really have any friends and you're just thinking negative all the time, then that's going to snowball as well. And because of the consistency, your body wants consistency, right? So that's what I'm saying. It's to get to a better place in your life, you need to add more consistency with positivity, peace of mind, and better intentions throughout the day. Try and give back to other people as well. Because that's the greatest feeling. I know when I was recovering, I gave it a shot. I tried to give back to people. I gave some money to people who are less fortunate. I was more caring towards other people's feelings rather than my own. And that just comes in time because right now, if you're suffering from anxiety and stuff like that, you're really more internally. You want to get externally. And that's where the happiness lies. It's external. It's with other people, seeing other people happy other than yourself, giving back to them, right? And we don't really realize, or we don't take the time to think about how grateful we are. We have all this air to breathe, and we don't realize how grateful it is just to have that air to breathe. Like sometimes when I'm taking my deep breaths and my breathing exercises, I feel so good. I feel grateful because there's all this air and we don't use enough of it in our bodies. Like our bodies can store so much oxygen. And when we store all that oxygen, it fights off diseases. It fights off the flu, fights off illnesses. That's what it is. That's why cold showers are so good for you, which I take every time I shower. It's because when you get in that cold shower, you're breathing heavily. And when you breathe heavily and that cold water's on you, you don't really think about anything else. You don't think about your stresses. You don't think about your worries. So when you're breathing heavily in that cold shower and you get out, you feel different. You feel different because you have a lot of oxygen in your body. You're giving back to your body. Deep breathing exercises, meditation, it gives back to your body, and you'll see the improvements. You'll get sick less. Your immune system will get stronger. And that is the key. One of the many keys to recovering from anxiety and just living a better life. These are the keys. I'm telling you guys, these are the keys. You know, don't play the victim. Don't play the sufferer. Play the warrior. It's an acting role. Because when I was recovering, I had to act a character. Don't just be the character. Act it, and then you will become him. Okay? That's the way it goes. Okay? It's like an acting role. I'm going to act this way. Study your role models. Study people who have gone through challenges and has gotten to a better place in their lives. So study them. And then once you study them, you'll start emanating their mannerisms, and you'll start maybe having better posture, which you should be practicing daily. Posture and breathing. I have a morning journal that I write in. And a lot of the time, the daily goals that I put at the bottom of my journal, I would put breathing and posture because it's so important. It changes my mood. It changes my energy field around me, because we all have an energy field, right? That's emanating from us. For instance, okay. Have you ever been around somebody and you just feel that negativity that they're emanating from them, and you just want to get away? Sometimes you don't even realize. You just don't like the person. You're like, I don't like this dude. I don't like them. Right? That's the negative energy. Right? That's all of their negativity, all their repressed emotions, and all of the stuff that has happened to them just emanating from them. You're just like, I can't deal with it. I just got to get away from them. I don't want to hang around them. That's what I'm talking about. And you can get to a better energy field in your life and gain a more of a glowing energy when you start recovering from anxiety. And it's a beautiful thing. And listen to this podcast over and over again. It's really important that you start implementing these techniques and these skill sets in your life. Take time out of your day for you. Sit down and feel. Now, there's something really important that I discovered when I suffered from anxiety. And when I was going through the recovery, sometimes I surrendered to those feelings, the horrible feelings, the horrible emotions. I was so overwhelmed. Have you ever just surrendered to it and give up? Because I'm telling you, that is another key. Surrender to the feelings. And when you surrender to the feelings, you're not giving them any more attention, are you? You're like, if it kills me, let it kill me. So what? I had enough. I had enough of feeling this way. Have you had enough yet? Because I certainly had enough. And when I surrendered to the feelings, it went away. I just didn't care anymore. When the feelings went away, I started to be more of a warrior. Because stop giving those emotions, that Daffy Duck cartoon character in the back of your mind quacking away, any more attention. Stop that. Don't give it any more attention. I hope this podcast helped you in some way, and start becoming a warrior. Start baby steps, but we have to commit. If you want to better your life, have to commit. It's not about the job you have, because I worked a lot of horrible jobs that I didn't like, but I challenged myself outside of the job and at the job, because it's not about the work. Stop blaming the work. Stop blaming other people. Stop blaming other things in your life. Start internally. Start blaming you. You're the reason why you're feeling this way. So let's get to a better place. All right, guys, that's where I will leave you. This has been an amazing podcast, and I hope you guys learned something from it, and I'll see you on the next one. Have a great day.